Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Wednesday, September 17th of 2025. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines tonight, Grenada urges regional unity to preserve Caribbean zone of peace. Government to fast-track regularization of nurses in Grenada. And Grenada launches task force to harness sargassum for economic growth. In regional news, Barbados' top judge calls for the creation of an office of the judiciary, while internationally, the EU proposes suspension of trade concessions with Israel over Gaza war. And coming up in sports, Anderson goes for gold in men's javelin tomorrow. We'll have all the details for you right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Softweave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Grenada's bus operators are pushing for smarter routes and better stops to keep the nation moving. Rena Pierre-Thomas will tell us more.
After a recent in-house meeting of the Grenada Bus Association, President Derek McKenzie outlined key challenges facing the public transport sector. The need for more bus stops in the south of the island emerged as a primary concern, with the aim of better serving commuters.
We have daycares that is popping up all over the place, and we have a lot of single mothers who is tasked with the responsibility of getting the children to and from the daycare. And in most of these places, there isn't a bus stop to that daycare, and for them, it's an additional cost where they would have to get off and to pay a second fare. And operators, we try to work with these people, even if there is not a place for setting down. We are forced to make these kind of changes where we have to stop, and a lot of times where they have to go pick up the children. And in so doing, fairness, this causes some problem, because while doing so, the flow of traffic is usually obstructed. So we need to, these are some low-hanging fruits that we need to address.
McKenzie also emphasized the importance of adjusting routes on the eastern side of the island to enhance service for residents of several communities. These challenges are considered vital for including the Eastern Division in the pilot bus program, which offers public transport until 8 p.m.
We had suggested to cut the eastern main route in 2, and if we do that, we believe that it would help remedy some of the challenges that we have, because with issuing eastern main stickers to places like Latant, that would solve the areas of Corinth, Lasajes, Latant, Calivini, and these areas. We also suggested to extend the Beaton route, right, to take off Beaton and that sticker and send the bus to Redgate, and of course for additional fare, right? So people coming from that area, you have 2 options, or going to that area, you have 2 options, so as to extend the Mondelez to Westall Point. And once the road is fixed, we're talking about the Syracuse area, we can send the Vincennes buses to Corinth.
The president acknowledged that while a task force was created to address these low-hanging fruits, progress has stalled in recent months.
A task force was put together with 3 members of the GTC, the the CEO, the PS, and the chairman, and 3 executive members from the National Bus Association to fix or to see how we could come up with ideas to solve these low-hanging fruits. But to us, we had agreed to meet a month, and that hasn't been happening. The last time we met was sometime in June. We were supposed to meet at the end of June. That didn't materialize. So we're still waiting for the task force to do its duty to address these low-hanging fruits like the bus stops. Low-hanging fruits that this is the direction that the NBA want to go, right? And we just need the cooperation of GTC and the task force that we could sit down and see how we could solve these low-hanging fruits.
Despite these setbacks, the Bus Association reaffirmed its commitment to collaborating with the stakeholders to improve Grenada's public transport system, ensuring greater confidence and reliability for commuters. Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
Grenada has voiced serious concern over rising tensions in the Caribbean Sea, highlighting its significance for the livelihood and stability of Caribbean nations. In an official statement, the government underscored the vital importance of Caribbean waters for the safety and freedom of movement of fishers and inter-island traders. Addressing recent illicit maritime activities, Grenadian officials reaffirmed their commitment to tackling such challenges through strengthened regional cooperation and adherence to lawful practices. The government emphasized its continued cordial relationship with neighboring countries, stressing that diplomacy and dialogue remain the only acceptable means for resolving differences. Reiterating its position, Grenada called on all regional and international partners to uphold the principle of the Caribbean as a zone of peace, urging respect for the region's status and a collective commitment to maintaining stability. Meanwhile, government has also issued a call for urgent diplomatic efforts in response to recent Israeli military strikes on the state of Qatar. In a statement issued today, government expressed deep concern over the escalation and extended solidarity to the government and people of Qatar. Emphasizing the critical importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity, Grenada warned that violations of these principles undermine the international legal framework essential for global peace and security. The government urged all parties involved to de-escalate tensions and resolve disputes through established international institutions and diplomatic channels. Grenada reiterated its unwavering commitment to peace, security, and the peaceful settlement of disputes in accordance with the Charter of the United Nations. The government called on the international community to support dialogue and negotiated solutions as the most sustainable path to stability in the region. Grenada is charting a new course to transform the sargassum invasion into a source of opportunity and growth. More in this report.
What was once a burden on Grenada's shores could soon become a boost for the local economy, as government has taken another step towards turning the sargassum challenge from a plague into a profit. On Wednesday, the government launched the National Sargassum Task Force and its working groups with a mandate to advance the valorization of the invasive seaweed. This initiative builds on the outcome of the Sargassum Conference held in October 2024, which attracted investors and highlighted new opportunities for transforming the seaweed into economic value. Heading the task force is Ms. Perron Johnson, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy. Johnson explained that the team is currently in the strategic planning phase, presenting progress on the roadmap developed so far.
Currently, the task force is headed by myself, Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Climate Resilience, and the co-chair is P.S. Javan Williams within the Ministry of the Blue Economy and Marine Affairs. Also on the team we have persons in the academia field. We have Dr. Morel, we also have Ambassador Jerry Eno, and we do have with us also a sustainable development consultant in the person of Jane Nurse. We are taking a more strategic, holistic approach in terms of ensuring that we are making some economic viable outcomes from the current Sargassum challenges.
She also outlined the next step in moving the valorization process forward.
A lot behind the scenes. So to date, we have come up with a draft roadmap in terms of how we are going to roll out the various initiatives. We need to look at the whole area of monitoring and forecasting, because the whole idea is to be able to collect the sargassum before they come on shore. Yeah, it'll be tackling on the eastern side. In fact, as we speak right now, tomorrow we have a number of potential investors that will be journeying with us to look at some of the potential areas for collection, and as well as potential areas for doing the infrastructure aspect that will allow us to be able to execute the valorization process.
Meanwhile, Minister for Climate Resilience, the Honorable Kieran James, reaffirmed the government's commitment to finding profitable solutions for the removal and reuse of sargassum, noting its impact on the lives and livelihoods of many, particularly those in the fishing industry.
What we've seen as of last year is that the West Coast is no stranger to sargassum again as a seasonal threat, as well as the southern coast. So the idea that, you know, it was at one part, the northern island of the country, the east side of the country, that is no longer there, and it's very much something that is on a high mandate for us to ensure that we preserve the lives, the livelihoods of our fishers. So what we want really and truly is not an academic exercise. We want to ensure that this task force does not, you know, go into outlive its usefulness, but to really and truly trickle down to the grassroots communities that has big impacts and big stakes within our economy. And as you've seen, we've had so many threats within the fishing industry currently. We don't have control over that, but what we can do is to ensure that we preserve it, and preserve it for our consumption and to grow our GDP. So
the launch of the task force marks the beginning of what officials hope will be a sustainable approach, turning a national challenge into new opportunities for innovation, industry, and livelihoods. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
GBN wishes to clarify an error in our recent news report on the removal of massive boulders that had restricted community access to the beach and Grand Mall. The reporter incorrectly referred to Grand Mall Development Organization member Adrian Joseph as Adrian Thomas. We sincerely apologize to the members of the Grand Mall Development Organization and assure you that this mistake was unintentional and without any malice. This is news at 7. Coming up, another 37 individuals across Grenada have officially received land title deeds. Stay with us.
Need a little extra cash to make life easier? Or just a bit more exciting? Ariza's got you covered. With a Flexi Credit loan, you get up to $25,000 for any purpose. Vacations, home upgrades, back to school, or just a little treat. Get manageable amounts, flexible repayments, and the freedom to top up whenever you need it. No hassle, no pressure, just freedom to live life at your pace. Visit our website or call today and let your dreams take flight with our Flexi Credit Loan. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, neighbor.
Here's the bill I asked you to pay for me.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need. And we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LEDs.
They burn less energy, right?
Much less. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
And Grenlec is always advising us not to open the fridge too often.
That's right. And my family washes and irons in bulk.
So while Grenada can't control fuel prices, I can conserve energy and save money.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Brenda, girl, you ain't see Robert bringing a whole set of thing there.
Where? Bonje, what at?
Girl, a solar panel.
Solar panel?
Yes. And what a time too.
But like Robert win a lot. Oh gosh, Val, I sure you see me.
Hey, you too fast.
You may be wondering the same thing like Brenda and Val. It's no secret. I took a BFF loan from Co-op Bank. With this affordable financing, I'm able to build in a climate-friendly and energy-efficient way. The more climate resilient I build, the lower my interest rate. I'm building for the future, and my BFF Co-op Bank is helping me do just that.
Visit our website for more details. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to Caracou, small in size, rich in spirit. As you step off the boat, you're greeted by smiling faces and warm island vibes. Your adventure begins here. Need a cozy place to stay? The Mermaid Beach Hotel has been a favorite for years. Waterfront views, clean comfort, and located in the town. In Bogles, the Roundhouse Cottages offers rustic charm with a touch of elegance. A peaceful hideaway surrounded by nature. Prefer something private? Dong Island Villas gives you space, sea breeze, and a home away from home feel. Wake up to the sound of waves and views that stretch for miles. We're ready to welcome you. When are you coming?
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Home is easy, easy with Republic Bank.
Are you dreaming of owning your own home? With Republic Bank's Home Easy Loan, you're one step closer to making that dream a reality. With competitive rates, reduced fees, and up to 100% financing, Republic Bank makes owning your home simple and stress-free. Start your journey to independence, empowerment, and the joy of home ownership today.
Republic Bank, we're bringing home to you. Home easy. It's not just a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Hubbard's is once again innovating the way you shop with its new online store, providing 24-hour shopping convenience. You can shop now for appliances, hardware, houseware, building material, and more. Free delivery island-wide. Start shopping now at hubbardshardware.gd. Safe, convenient, reliable.
And Palais Lot. Breaking news! For limited time only, grease your pockets with as much as 10 times your Playway with Multi-X winnings. Imagine betting $10 on Playway and in Multi-X for the same value and winning 10 times your prize. That's $2,400 for the small value of $20. You can't go wrong. Only in September 2025. You can win not 3 times, 5 times, or 7 times, but 10 times your winnings. Be sure to bet more on Playway. Add Multi-X and make it a September to remember. Monday to Saturday, 4 times a day. Available in stores and online. Who here? I go tell the others. NLA, making your dreams come true.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy, easy with Republic Bank.
Are you dreaming of owning your own home? With Republic Bank's Home Easy Loan, you're one step closer to making that dream a reality. With competitive rates, reduced fees, and up to 100% financing, Republic Bank makes owning your home simple and stress-free. Start your journey to independence, empowerment, and the joy of home ownership today.
Republic Bank, we're bringing home to you. Home easy. It's not just a mortgage, it's peace of mind.
Terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Another 37 individuals across Grenada have officially received their land title deeds under the government's Land Tenure Regularization Program. Rena Pierre-Thomas has the update.
The second batch of deeds was presented during a ceremony in St. Andrew, attended by Prime Minister, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell, and other ministers. Since the program's launch in May 2024, more than 5,000 applications have been processed, signaling that the initiative is providing citizens with lasting opportunities, greater security, and the ability to invest confidently in their future. Addressing new landowners, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell highlighted the benefits of legal ownership of property.
The land regularization treats with all of those issues. It clarifies the boundaries. You get title. You can use the title to get credit, to improve yourselves, to then pass on that land to your next generation. Caught on land and you don't have title to it, you cannot do anything with the land. You cannot get a loan. You cannot pass it on to your children. No bank or credit union is going to give you money to do anything on the land. You will not be clear as to where your boundary begins or where it ends.
Meanwhile, Minister for Agriculture and Lands, the Honorable Lennox Andrew, reaffirmed government's commitment to delivering on its promise of empowering citizens and improving lives.
Because one of government's main objectives is to improve the lives of our people. And of course, over time, to reduce and eventually to eradicate poverty in Grenada. And in the Ministry of Agriculture, we are of the opinion that if we get agriculture right, we can in fact improve people's lives and eradicate poverty. And precisely, giving indentures title to people's land is perhaps the most solid mechanism that can be used to improve people's lives.
The minister added that in the coming months, many more titles and deeds will be handed over to residents across the island, particularly those who have been squatting on government lands for generations. Rena Pierre-Thomas, GBN News.
The Division of Labor has reported a 9.4% increase in work permit applications for 2024, with 960 applications processed. Of this number, 718 were males and 242 females. The construction, tourism, marine, and entertainment sectors attracted the most applicants. New applications were primarily in the construction sector, while renewals were mostly in the hotel, tourism, and catering sector. Applications came from across the world, with the Caribbean, India, and China among the top sources. Cuba, India, and China also accounted for a significant number of applications, with 107 and 147 applicants, respectively. The government of Grenada has announced plans to fast-track the regularization of nurses in the healthcare system who are not currently employed as established government workers.
My government has given clear policy directives to fast-track the regularization of our hundreds of nurses who have been left demoralized by the unfair and unequal labor and employment practices meted out to them by the past government.
According to Governor General Dame Cecilia Grenade, the Cabinet has directed that several nurses be given a 6-month internship with pay, providing them with hands-on training before they become registered nurses.
As recently as 2 weeks ago, the Cabinet gave directives for 33 graduate nurses to be given a 6-month internship and to be paid while doing the internship, ensuring they receive essential hands-on training before being fully commissioned as registered nurses. The days of employing our nurses through Grant Crease, Madam President, Mr. Speaker, will soon come to an end.
The move aims to address the issue of employing nurses through non-established means and instead bringing them into the formal healthcare sector. The decision was made to improve the healthcare sector in Grenada. In this I Saw moment, a family celebrates their goat giving birth to 5 healthy, all-male kids, turning an ordinary day into a joyful memory. It's time for your GBN I Saw.
A good eye captures all. GBN I Saw is brought to you by ClearVision.
Oh, I got my glasses from ClearVision Eye Center.
I got my glasses at ClearVision Eye Center.
ClearVision Eye Center.
ClearVision Eye Center.
For many, pets are more than just animals. They're family. A wiser reporter wanted to share one of life's happiest moments with the nation. On Tuesday, their household awoke to delightful news that a goat had given birth to 5 healthy kids. Remarkably, all 5 newborns are male and are already strong and active.
This is my sister. Goat that dropped last night. Get up to this morning to see 5 kids, all strong and healthy.
A wiser reporter said this experience brought immense happiness and hopes. It inspires others to share their own joyful moments. Remember to keep sending your photos and videos to us via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or on our other social media platforms.
IOM and SEDIMA launched joint disaster preparedness project in the Caribbean. More news to come. Stay with us.
Remind yourself what life is all about. Adventure awaits in the all-new Photon Tunnel and G7. Expand your lifestyle, your boundaries, your imagination. Find yourself in places where no one else can. Backed by our class-leading warranty and a national dealership network, you now have the confidence to go further. The all-new Photon Tunneling G7. Expand your lifestyle.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next side, next side, next side, right next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Quartz presents the Home Event 2025, happening now at Quartz stores nationwide. It's the perfect time to refresh your home. Come explore new arrivals, bestsellers, and deals you can't resist. Discover the widest range of stylish furniture, cutting-edge TVs, audio systems, and appliances that are smart and energy efficient, all backed by the Quartz low price guarantee. Our experts will help you choose what you need for your home. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and get more. Don't miss the Quartz Home Event 2025. Quartz, bringing value home.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now. Lots of dreams and lots of plans. Lots of ways to own your land. With ACB by your side. Lots of ways to own with pride. Lots of chances to make it yours. Lots of ways to open doors. Lots of space to build much more. Lots of reasons to own your future now. There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
Start building your tomorrow today with a Lots loan from ACB Grenada Bank.
There are lots of reasons to own your future now.
Lots. Land ownership. Tomorrow secured.
Terms and conditions apply.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Victory, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding Multi-X to your bet? Yes, Multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and Multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, Multi-X all of the daily games.
With Multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add Multi-X to all your Playway, daily victory, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
The International Organization for Migration, IOM, and the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, SEDIMA, have announced an initiative aimed at ensuring timely humanitarian assistance in the event of a disaster. The initiative, entitled Fostering Collaborative Approaches to Disaster Preparedness in the Caribbean, builds on lessons from Hurricane Beryl in 2024, seeking to improve coordination, integrate displacement considerations into disaster planning, and ensure timely humanitarian assistance throughout the region. Project manager at the SEDIMA, Mandela Christian, explained that the project seeks to ensure humanitarian aid is readily available in the event of a disaster.
This project, titled Fostering Collaborative Approaches to Disaster Preparedness in the Caribbean, seeks to integrate human mobility and displacement considerations into disaster risk management and emergency planning, strengthen coordination and knowledge management in the emergency shelter and non-food item sector, build evidence-based planning capacity to reduce disaster-induced displacement, and to ensure critical humanitarian assistance is available for displaced populations across the region.
Caribbean coordinator and regional policy expert for Latin America and the Caribbean, Daniela D'Urso, affirmed her organization's commitment to the partnership and to ensuring the success of the project.
Will deliver concrete results for the most vulnerable, while also strengthening the region's overall preparedness and resilience. ECHO stands ready to accompany IOM, SEDIMA, and national authorities throughout this endeavor, guided by the principles of partnership, accountability, and collective responsibility. Together, we can ensure that the Caribbean is better prepared, better protected, and better positioned to manage the risks that it faces.
A new report from the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, reveals that the Americas now have the highest suicide rates among WHO regions, with the Caribbean, including Trinidad and Tobago, among those most affected. The findings were highlighted as the region marked World Suicide Prevention Day on September 10th.
Over the past decade, suicide has been rising steadily in the Americas. That upward trend places the region at the top of global suicide statistics.
The age-standardized mortality rate from suicide increased by 17% in the 20-year period beginning the year 2000. And therefore, the region of the Americas now has the highest suicide rate of all the WHO regions.
Studies also show there are sharp differences between men and women.
The relative increase in suicide mortality grew at a much higher rate among women at 23%, and this is represented in the red line, than for males at 14%.
Every year, about 100,000 people across the Americas die by suicide. While North America reports the largest numbers, the Caribbean records some of the highest rates.
The 5 countries with the highest suicide rates are Guyana, Suriname, Uruguay, the United States of America, and Trinidad and Tobago.
Experts warn that suicide is not just an issue among the younger population.
People 50 years and older, the adults, they actually make up the greatest proportion of suicides in the region. And about 70% of suicides occur in men over 50 and 65% in females over age 50. So it's the older adults who have the highest burden of suicides. What is also important is that the burden of suicide increases with increased age. So in fact, the high suicide rates, by and large, occur in those aged 75 years and older among both men and women, which speaks to the role of factors such as loneliness, lack of social connection, as well as depression.
In the Caribbean, access to mental health care remains a major obstacle. Services are often limited, underfunded, or unavailable in rural communities. And many people avoid seeking help because of fear, shame, or discrimination.
Stay with us. We'll have sports and international news right after the break.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
This isn't just rum. It's a captivating journey infused with the essence of Bios Bombay, warmth and wonder. Experience the rich depth of Campeche like never before. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot-type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, 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 several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Good evening, sports fans. The first round of matches in the senior division of the Star Malt Secondary Schools football tournament has ended. First round action saw Grenville Secondary beating St. Andrews Anglican 1-0. PBC enjoyed a 2-1 victory over Wesley College, while McDonald College humbled Happy Hill 7-0. The GBSS St. David Catholic encounter was canceled. 6 matches are down on the cards for tomorrow. GBSS will host SGI at Tantine starting at 1 p.m. PBC will entertain McDonald College at Queen's Park starting at 3 p.m., while SGCC will go head-to-head with visiting Happy Hill at Cuthbert Peters Park. The game starts at 3 o'clock p.m. There's also action expected inside Alston George Park with St. Mark's Secondary hosting Wesley College. That game is also set for 3 p.m. The other 2 matches will feature SDCSS at Bellevue against Grenada Seventh-day Adventist, while JW Fletcher is sent to entertain SAS at Tantine, also starting at 3 o'clock p.m. Tomorrow, Thursday, day 6 will mark the halfway point of the World Athletics Championships, Tokyo 25. 24 titles have already been decided. There are 25 more to go. Chief among them, the highly competitive and universal javelin contest. The men's javelin will be a thrilling showdown between 2 reigning global champions, 3 past winners of global titles, and the world leader. 2-time world champion Anderson Peters, who led the qualifying round with 89.53 meters, will take on defending curling champion Niraj Chopra, Olympic champion Arshad Nadeem, world leader and Diamond League champion Julian Weber as well. Also in contention for gold is 2015 world champion Julius Yego and 2012 Olympic champion Kishore Walcott. In what will be a truly global final, 12 athletes from 11 different nationalities will be represented, covering 5 continental areas. And that's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. Barbados' top judge is calling for a major power shift that could redefine the independence of the courts. Chief Justice Leslie Haynes says it's time for the creation of an Office of the Judiciary, which would take financial and administrative control away from the Attorney General. Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation reporter Deanza Roberts has the story.
The Chief Justice's call was made at the opening of the 2025-26 legal year, where he addressed a myriad of changes that need to come on stream. He says modern judiciaries require their own professional administration to safeguard the separation of powers. The proposal follows the first ever meeting between CARICOM heads of government and heads of judiciary. A dialogue, he says, must continue annually to protect judicial independence.
The next step should be the preparation of a cabinet paper, and if approved by cabinet, will lead to the enactment of legislation necessary to effect the change and will lead to the creation of the Office of the Judiciary.
While backlogs and technology upgrades remain priorities, Chief Justice Haynes stressed the need to address undelivered decisions by High Court judges and unassigned matters.
I can say that these judgments are being delivered, perhaps not as fast and as efficiently as I would like, but the numbers are being reduced. Unassigned matters. This is a particular problem. Matters that seem to have fallen off of the court list for one reason or another.
The European Commission has presented a much-anticipated and delayed proposal to suspend certain trade-related provisions of the association agreement between the EU and Israel in response to the war on Gaza. The sanctions, however, do not currently have enough support among the EU's 27 member countries to pass. The proposals include suggested sanctions on extremist Israeli ministers and violent settlers, as well as Hamas. This report from Al Jazeera.
The EU has been trying for months to come up with a sanctions package against Israel, but there's been a huge divide between countries such as Germany, Italy and Hungary, who were saying that we should not be perceived to be punishing Israel, and other countries who were saying that it's about time for the EU to stand up to its ideals and impose sanctions, particularly the suspension of the entire trade association agreement with Israel. Now, to narrow differences between the two camps within the EU, they've decided to target some aspects of that association agreement. So the EU now is proposing to impose tariffs on Israeli goods estimated at more than $6 billion. These are Israeli imports into Europe, plus imposing sanctions on Israeli ministers Bezalel Smotrich and Itamar Ben-Gvir, and suspending a package of aid to Israel estimated at 20 million euros. You don't need to have consensus when it comes to imposing sanctions, but rather a majority. But these measures remain largely symbolic and don't meet the demands of the human rights activists and the hundreds of thousands of people who took to the streets across Europe saying that the EU has to show a tougher stance when it comes to sending a strong signal that it rejects the genocide and the relentless bombardment which is taking place across in Gaza. But as you know, this is the EU, a bloc that remains to be pretty much very divided about how to move forward when it comes to sanctioning Israel. Hashim Ahbara, Al Jazeera, Brussels.
And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Grenada urges regional unity to preserve Caribbean as a zone of peace. Government to fast-track regularization of nurses in Grenada. And Grenada launches task force to harness sargassum for economic growth. In regional news, Barbados' top judge calls for the creation of an Office of the Judiciary. While internationally, EU proposes suspension of trade concessions with Israel over Gaza war. And in sports, Anderson goes for gold in men's javelin tomorrow. If you missed any part of this newscast, there'll be a rebroadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Visit our website at www.gbn.gd for more news stories, or you can like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/GBN News and Radio. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow night.